If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. Warriors fans, brace yourselves. Because the news we just received about Jonathan Kuminga is not just disappointing, it could shake the very foundation of Golden State's future. And as if that wasn't enough, the Gary Payton II situation? That's only adding to the chaos. If you thought this offseason was going to be quiet, think again. This is turning into a full-blown crisis, and it might be just the beginning. Let's start with Jonathan Kuminga. The young star we all believed would carry the Warriors into the next generation might be slipping away. The bad news? Kuminga is reportedly unhappy not just with his role, not just with his minutes, but with the direction the team is heading. After years of being praised as the next face of the franchise, Kuminga is now rumored to be weighing his options. And let me tell you, that is terrifying news for the Golden State Warriors. This isn't just smoke. The whispers coming from behind the scenes are growing louder. Kuminga is reportedly frustrated, not seeing the growth he was promised, and not convinced he'll get the opportunity to shine in a system still heavily centered around Curry, Draymond, and whatever remains of the old dynasty. For a player like Kuminga, young, athletic, hungry, this kind of stagnation can feel like a career death sentence. And let's be real, this kid is not here to ride the bench. He's here to dominate. But now, with contract talks supposedly stalling and trust beginning to erode, the Warriors' front office finds itself in a brutal position. Do they risk losing Kuminga's loyalty forever? Or worse, do they explore trading him before it's too late? And just imagine that. Imagine the backlash if the Warriors trade away Jonathan Kuminga, their most promising young talent, in a desperate attempt to keep their aging core competitive for one last run. That's the kind of move that either saves a franchise or burns it to the ground. Meanwhile, in the middle of this storm, we've got another name that's been a fan favorite in the Bay Area: Gary Payton II. Gritty. Defensive. Clutch. The kind of player you need in a playoff war. But here's the gut punch: there's no confirmation yet that he's re-signing. No news. No deal. No certainty. And in a summer where every move matters, that silence is deafening. Why hasn't the deal been done? Is the front office hesitating? Is Payton looking elsewhere? Or is it something deeper, a sign that the team's identity is fracturing, that the pieces no longer fit like they used to? We all remember what GP2 brought to the table. That lockdown defense. That surprising offense. The energy. The hustle. The crowd erupted every time he touched the ball. He was the soul of the second unit, a player you could trust in the biggest moments. And now, we don't even know if he'll be wearing blue and gold next season? If that doesn't sound the alarms, I don't know what does. Let's be honest, the Warriors are in trouble. Not because they don't have talent, they do. Not because they don't have stars, Steph Curry is still one of the greatest of all time. But because the balance is broken. You can't keep trying to be two things at once: a win-now team and a rebuilding team. It just doesn't work. Kuminga was supposed to be the bridge to the future. Payton was supposed to be the veteran glue. And now? Both are question marks. Warriors Nation, take a step back and really look at what's happening. Klay is aging. Draymond has been in and out. Wiggins has been inconsistent. Chris Paul is gone. And now Kuminga might be next. Payton is uncertain. The bench is shaky. And the West is more stacked than ever. The Nuggets, Timberwolves, Thunder, they're rising. Fast. The Warriors? They're at a crossroads. One wrong move and this franchise could spiral from a dynasty into mediocrity for years. This is why the Kuminga situation hurts so much. He was the one. The player who could defend, shoot, drive, and play at both ends with fire. But the Warriors never fully committed to his development. They kept pulling him in and out of the lineup, asking him to be a star one night and a role player the next. That's not how you build confidence. That's how you push young talent out the door. And now, they're facing the consequences. Imagine this: next season opens, and Kuminga is in a different jersey. Maybe he's torching the Warriors for 25 points a night. Maybe he's the missing piece for another team's title run. And we're all sitting here wondering what if. What if we'd played him more? Trusted him more? Built the team around him, instead of forcing him to fit into a mold that wasn't made for him? Now add Gary Payton II to that image. Gone. Signed with another team. And the Warriors left scrambling for depth, scrambling for defense, scrambling for identity. And you want to know the worst part? This isn't just about losing players. It's about losing time. Curry is still great, but he can't wait forever. Every season that ends without a title is another missed opportunity. Another tick of the clock. Another window closing. If the Warriors don't get this offseason right, and I mean perfectly right, they could be done. No more playoff runs. No more dynasty. Just a memory of what used to be. So where do they go from here? Do they trade Kuminga now, before his value drops further? Do they throw the bag at Gary Payton II just to keep some chemistry intact? Or do they make a bold move, reset the roster, retool around Curry, and finally let the young guys run? Because let me be clear, standing still is not an option. Doing nothing is the worst thing they can do right now. The league is moving too fast. Teams are getting younger, faster, hungrier. And the Warriors, unless they adapt, will get left behind. This is not the time for hesitation. It's time for action. For clarity. For leadership. Bob Myers is gone. The new front office has decisions to make, and fans are watching closely. They need to re-sign Gary Payton II. Period. He's more than a role player. He's a tone setter. A game changer. The kind of guy who wins playoff series. Letting him walk would be a massive mistake. And Kuminga? Either build around him now or move him for real value. Don't let this turn into another Jordan Poole situation, talent wasted, culture fractured, chemistry lost. Because make no mistake, this could define the next 5 years of Warriors basketball. So, what happens next? Does Jonathan Kuminga finally patch things up with the Warriors front office and step into the role many believe he was born to play, the next true superstar in the Bay? Or does he walk away, fed up with the waiting game, tired of being overlooked, and ready to shine somewhere else? It's the kind of decision that doesn't just affect a player, it shapes the entire future of a franchise. And what about Gary Payton II? Does GP2 re-sign and return with that signature fire, the grit, the defense, the hustle that made him a fan favorite and a key piece during the 2022 title run? Or does he vanish into another roster, another city, another system that may never use him the way Golden State did? These aren't just off-season storylines. These are defining moments. They're about loyalty, legacy, and belief in the system or the lack of it. The Warriors are standing at the edge of a major turning point, and the choices made in these next few weeks will echo for years. So stay tuned, because every hour brings new possibilities, new headlines, and maybe, just maybe, the beginning of the next Warriors dynasty.